Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Suplex Report. Get ready for all things WWE, news, match analysis, and more. Hit that bell so you never miss the action. Monday Night Raw delivered one of the most unexpected and talked about moments in recent memory when Rhea Ripley made a bold move against IYO SKY. For weeks, the two had shared the backstage environment, coexisting as top-tier performers, but nothing hinted at what was about to unfold. There were no arguments, no subtle glances or tension captured on camera, just two elite athletes focused on their respective paths in the women's division. IYO SKY was riding a wave of momentum, her in-ring performances proving her worth as one of the division's most dynamic champions. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley had been observing quietly, studying the competition and assessing the landscape. Then, in a single backstage moment, Rhea Ripley acted, creating a shockwave that changed the division overnight. The setup. The segment began innocuously, almost routine, as IYO SKY walked through the backstage area after another strong match, championship gold glinting over her shoulder. Confidence radiated from her posture and movements, reflecting the hard work and dedication that had brought her to this moment. The camera followed her as she moved through the hallways, capturing the aura of a champion who lets her in-ring performance speak for itself. As she turned a corner, Rhea Ripley entered the frame. At first, the interaction seemed calm, even ordinary. A nod, a brief exchange of words that went unheard by the microphones, the kind of casual backstage moment that fans usually glance over. It was normal until it wasn't. The strike. In an instant, Rhea Ripley shifted the dynamic entirely. The move was sudden and decisive, a reminder that she is a competitor who acts with strategy and purpose. There was no anger, no emotional outburst, just focus and authority. The impact of the interaction sent a clear signal that Rhea Ripley was reclaiming control of her environment. The moment may have been brief, but the implications were enormous. The women's division had been shaken, and the hierarchy was now being questioned. The confidence and composure that IYO SKY had carried were challenged in a way that demanded immediate attention and response, setting the stage for a storyline that could define the coming months. A calculated decision. What makes Rhea Ripley's action compelling is its clarity of purpose. This was not an impulsive reaction or a petty dispute. It was a deliberate statement. She recognized IYO SKY as a legitimate competitor, a rising star whose skill, dedication, and momentum could potentially challenge her standing in the division. For Rhea, sharing the spotlight is not an option. She thrives in positions of dominance, in spaces where her presence and ability command attention. By acting decisively, she demonstrated that in her world, excellence is not enough on its own. It must also be met with awareness of the broader competition and a willingness to assert oneself when necessary. The stakes. This moment changes the landscape of the division. It is no longer about mutual respect or quiet coexistence. It is about asserting presence and maintaining a position at the top. Rhea Ripley's actions sent a clear message to everyone on the roster. Momentum alone does not guarantee safety or security, and the path to the top requires constant vigilance. The dynamics of backstage alliances, competition for matches, and fan attention all shifted in a single moment. The focus is no longer just on championship belts, but on establishing authority, earning recognition, and maintaining influence over the division's direction. IYO SKY's response. IYO SKY's reaction underscores her resilience. Despite the surprise and disruption, she remained composed, even as officials helped her regain her footing. Rather than showing fear or hesitation, IYO displayed determination and focus, traits that have consistently defined her career. Her drive to excel, her commitment to the craft, and her ability to adapt quickly to unexpected circumstances all point to a competitor who is not easily deterred. This sets up a narrative not just of rivalry, but of two equally skilled athletes navigating personal and professional challenges, elevating both performers in the eyes of fans and peers alike. A rivalry emerges. The seeds of what could become one of the most compelling rivalries in the division have been planted. Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY are now positioned as direct competitors, not only in the context of matches, but in the larger narrative of influence and prominence within the division. The story will evolve over time, with each encounter building upon the tension created in that initial backstage moment. Every match, promo, and interaction carries higher stakes because the rivalry is grounded in respect, strategy, and ambition rather than superficial conflict. Strategic dominance. Rhea Ripley's approach emphasizes control and forethought. She is not acting out of personal grievance but out of a desire to maintain her position as a dominant figure. Her strategy is clear. By asserting herself early and decisively, she sets the tone for future interactions and establishes a psychological edge. This is about more than individual competition. It is about shaping the environment in which the division operates, influencing outcomes, and challenging peers to rise to meet her level of excellence. The women's division transformed. In the wake of this incident, the landscape of the women's division has shifted. Quiet alliances are less certain, mutual respect is tested, and the implicit rules of competition are now openly challenged. Competitors are reminded that positions of influence and recognition are not guaranteed. They are earned continuously through performance, focus, and the ability to navigate both physical and strategic challenges. This creates a more dynamic, unpredictable environment that rewards preparation, resilience, and adaptability. Building momentum. For IYO SKY, this moment presents an opportunity. Her championship momentum, combined with her in-ring skill and determination, positions her as a challenger capable of pushing back and redefining the narrative. Fans can expect her to respond with intensity, leveraging both technical ability and psychological determination. Each encounter will serve as a chance to demonstrate growth, adaptability, and leadership, reinforcing her status as a top-tier competitor capable of meeting new challenges head-on. Looking ahead, fans should anticipate a series of intense encounters as this rivalry develops. The combination of athletic skill, psychological strategy, and personal motivation promises matches and segments that feel consequential, dramatic, and highly engaging. Each competitor brings unique strengths to the table, ensuring that future confrontations are not only entertaining but also credible representations of high-level competition. Both Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY are poised to elevate the women's division, creating moments that will resonate with audiences long after the matches conclude. Conclusion. This is the beginning of a defining storyline for the women's division. Rhea Ripley's decisive action was about asserting authority and testing the boundaries of competition, while IYO SKY's response highlights resilience, adaptability, and determination. The emerging rivalry is grounded in respect, strategy, and ambition, promising a series of compelling, high-stakes encounters. Fans can expect this narrative to unfold over time, with each interaction raising the tension and intensity of the division. This is not simply a feud, it is a showcase of top-level wrestling, psychological complexity, and the ever-shifting hierarchy that makes the WWE Women's Division one of the most dynamic and exciting arenas in sports entertainment today.